Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today's game will feature a team that loves getting it done through the air. The Dolphins are top 10 in passing TDs, and they'll go against the Patriots, who are very aware of what they'll be dealing with.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to picturesque Miami, Florida. Stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins, emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we're ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Yo, 28!
Hey, boys, we got four down.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And incomplete to open things up. Parker, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne and try to knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach up and grab it, that'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early third and 1.
Here we go. 3 down.
First carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
Go. Tight right. Base. Here you go. Right here. Clay.
They're going to go. It's Tannehill. This is caught. He hits Landry. And I think the ball's out. And he will at least be able to fall on it himself. But it was fourth down, and the possession changes. Now the offense lining up first and 10.
Tight end left.
Let's go. 28!
You got 3 down.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot.
Base. Sponge.
Hey.
Go. Shoot.
Tannehill on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Nick Perry with a pick. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, they don't get a touchdown.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Pats have taken the early lead.
Go,
And
run.
there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, and result, touchdown.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Key him tight end.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Well, add that play to his resume, Real, because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration and throw people for losses.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long.
Single. Hurry. Single. Let's go. 28. Let's go.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Double tight. Let's go. 28.
Now it's Tannehill. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a 1st down.
Tight left. Here we go. Hey.
Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Here we go. Trip left. Hey. We got three. Quick.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Tannehill able to take off and pick up the 1st as well. On 1st down, Tannehill. It's caught, Stills, right side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
Watch tight end. 3 down.
On 1st down, Drake. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Tight end to the right. Move. Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Going on 3rd down, Tannehill. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Hey, white 29 is mine. Let's go, let's go. White 20. 72. 52. White 20.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Roll 50. White 20. Mike's 5'9". Mike's 5'9". Start fast. White 20. Jack it, reload. We got you. I got you.
On 2nd down, here's Brady.
Watch twist.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. All right, here we go. 180. 52.
To throw is Brady. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now Tannehill forced out to his... Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
2nd down now after the sack.
Here we go.
They'll fake it now, Tannehill. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion.
Let's go. Hey, quick. Guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there. We got trip left. Slam.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Mario Williams in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Dorsett on the return. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10.
Strong right. 20, 380, 52. 4 down. 20. Check. 20.
Brady now on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. And it's second down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Second down following the incompletion.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Throwing again. Brady. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
Move 20.
Now a play fake. Brady. Dancing to his left. Looking deep now for Amendola. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Drake will start the drive on the ground. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
4 down. 4 down. Alert.
Go. Zip. Hip.
Hey, switch
Yo,
gears.
block. Run.
Hey, watch this.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Check three.
Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Easy work.
Let's go.
It's easy work.
Here's Tannehill. Buying time to his left. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
Here you go. Right here.
He'll try the air now with Tannehill. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Shadow. Wait 20. Wait 20.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Instead of the running back in New England, sometimes they like to call them the passing backs. They get them the ball in different ways, don't they?
They certainly do. Think about the ones they've had in recent vintage. You talk about Kevin Falk, Danny Woodhead, Shane Vereen, James White could have been the MVP in the Super Bowl if it wasn't for a certain quarterback that was on the field back then.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Double tight.
They'll try again with Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. Now, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10.
5 down. Stand up in.
Wait, 20.
Back. Alert 3.
Orange.
Hey, check 24.
To throw, it's Brady. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Ezekiel Elliott, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Patriots have taken the lead. And he's got it up and through. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
Watch tight end. Hey. Got 3 down.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
I know you felt that one.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Working left side, and he's got a man. That's Drake. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Tannehill throwing again. His throw incomplete. The intended receiver there, Kenyon Drake. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Let's go.
2nd and 10, Tannehill once more. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Yo. 28. Here you go, Tiger.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Drake off the give from Tannehill.
Check it out.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the Patriots coming out now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take your lead, get on out for the half.
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. Edelman, the intended receiver that time, and that'll bring up second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Brady will try again on second down. Oh, he stays up. He's going to air it out deep for Amendola. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there just before halftime. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So the offense has it first and 10.
Strong right, strong right, strong right.
20.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. And that'll bring up second down. And they're definitely showing blitz here.
Watch tight.
Like 20.
Again, it's Brady. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Sugar.
Now Brady again. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he missed 5.
We talk about where they want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. So it's an old-school extra point, but certainly a disappointment that they couldn't get 6.
Yeah, when you see 19-yard field goal in the box score, you kind of shake your head. But their head coach decided 3 was enough.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're able to return this one all the way up to the 45.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Tight left.
Run.
3 down.
Here we go. Zebra.
Check.
The final shot here before the break. Tannehill. He's going to float this one deep right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he's got some space here. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air. Directions, hard to do.
So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando, he's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And he's got room. Philip Dorsett by himself. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Philip Dorsett, an even 90 yards. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right.
Here we go.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Dante Hightower. Past the 20. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Hey, 20! Hey!
They're trying to run it in with Elliott. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score.
Check 26.
Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it was no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
Here we go. Ooh, idiot.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Tannehill hands to Drake. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Haven't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole that closed there quickly at the end. Now Drake. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Dolphins on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Steps away to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Perry Riley. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
4 down, 4
Wait,
down.
20!
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ndamukong Suh in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Wait, 20! Alabama, green 80!
They'll send the tight end Bennett in motion. On second down, Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Finding some room at midfield. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Ezekiel Elliott, 64 yards. And the Patriots are pouring it on. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. We just had 3 rushing touchdowns and, of course, throwing to him where he's caught 1 as well.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Double tight, double tight.
Yo, 38, go!
Again, the drive running left. And now running right through it. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit. Try it that way.
Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Switch.
They're going to go. It's Tannehill. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. And now out come the Patriots. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats?
Who?
You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear.
That is
By the
one
time you have to
positive.
leave the booth.
55!
A first down carry by Elliott. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the offense has it, 6-yard line, 1st and goal. And the D looking like they may blitz.
Wait, 20.
On the counter, Elliott. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block. He goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
Gets into a short run play there. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding clock.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. So on 4th down, Brady will yield to Gostkowski for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The play clock's running down. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So put 3 on the board, but from inside the 5. And I know we use this phrase a lot, but that's a big-time win for the defense.
It sure is. You got the short field behind you, so you can afford to turn up the pressure. And that was a nice sequence there to keep them out of the end zone.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not...
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Perry Riley. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected for the 2nd week in a row? He's throwing these guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure whatever the reason is. He better figure it out. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter.
We got 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Now it's 2nd and 7.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move. Let's go.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensively. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So the D-line's going to spread out.
52!
Kid 33.
On 3rd down, it's Lewis. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get pulled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And out comes. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Yeah, the defense definitely showing blitz here.
Go. Zero.
Hey.
Let's go.
4 down.
Play. Base.
5, I'm coming for you.
Play.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Handoff out of the pistol, it's Drake. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The Dolphins on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Ooh, 88. Base.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
Zero. Tight right.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Being chased out left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Here's Dorsett. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Patriots take over. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit them distances that we almost have to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So it'll be first out here after the run.
Tight end right.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
2nd down following the run.
Strong right.
Play clock winding down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Wait, set.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Tight end right.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. And now they call on Stephen Gostkowski. His career-long 57 yards set just a year ago. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And Gostkowski's kick is good. So it's not an NFL record, but It's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. Called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Double tight, double tight. Four down. Alert.
Here we go. 28.
54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Hey, check.
Go.
And they take a knee. The Dolphins on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd down and 12. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Right there. 54, right there.
And they will take a knee here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Pats, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to EA Sports.